Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing? I hope everybody's feeling good and great and all of that. Shit, today is pretty nice. It's a little cloudy, like it's gonna rain, possibly, which is good because I have a garden outside and my babies need to get some water. But anyway, y'all know how I do it. I just jump right into it. Um, so today, okay, so it's just been a lot of shit going on the in these YouTube motherfucking streets, social media streets. Everybody, it's just a lot of shit, a lot of shit. Um, but there was quite a few things that like really caught two things that caught my eye. That was like, I need to talk about that. Okay, so if y'all don't know, I love Drea and Lex P. And why Tasha K? If y'all know Tasha, I fuck with Tasha K too. Tasha K is a bitch who just like she just be saying some off the wall shit. You just gotta take it for what it is and know what you listening to. Although I fucks with her heavy, you know what I'm saying, and she's a funny little motherfucker. So, but anyway, because she did say some wild shit about Drea and Lex P. She gonna say that they like promote the whole culture. How? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all like this. I think they younger than you, Tasha. So like they just experience talking about their experiences in their dating and their sex life. What's wrong with that? At I think they've been doing it since they was 20 something. Now they 30 something. Like, I mean, what the problem is? That's not whole culture. I totally disagree with you on that one. But anyway, so as I was watching it, they had Savannah LeBron James, Savannah James on there, and her, I guess it's her business partner slash friend. Her name is April. And they was talking about the way people dress. And anyway, this is what they said. Just listen up to this.
If you got a certain outfit on, this for all of us. Okay. If you have a certain outfit on and it's scandalous, how can you be offended that it gets you certain type of disrespectful attention?
But you know what's crazy? I'm not a person that gets offended though. So for me, that's what I'm saying. I've never cared about how people categorize me because I learned that at a young age. I remember when I'm 15, I was top heavy. We all matching outfits. Me and all my friends matching outfits. I get sent to the office and they're like, well, you got this on. Your shirt is too tight. We all got tight shirts on. I just got titties.
Yeah.
I got a little ass. You know, so I'm used to being categorized by that. So me changing my style wasn't necessarily to fit in a particular class. It was more so like, girl, wear what makes you comfortable. If I want to wear my ass out tonight, I just
mind you, I just took like a quick little clip. Like it was a lot that Lex said, and the whole conversation everybody else got involved in it. The one thing I like about Savannah wasn't doing too much talking. She was just sitting there like. But anyway, so the young woman said, if you dress in a certain way and you get disrespected by a man, like how you supposed to handle that? I was just like, huh? Like, first of all, I don't think that they touched on this. It's just that we need to teach young men, boys, young men, whatever stage they are in their life, if they never ever been taught this. Just because a woman dressed or a girl dressed the way that whatever the fuck she dressed, doesn't mean or gives you the right to insult her physically, verbally, like just it doesn't even make that's no. It's unacceptable. You shouldn't do it, right? Now mind you, I come from a space. Now when I was young, no one ever taught me either. My mother would just say shit like this, because let me tell you something. I used to love, I'm like Dolly Parton, because I remember she said this shit too. She was like, when she was young, I used to love the way that the prostitutes used to dress, and I did too. Like with the tight ass, the form fitting fucking dresses with the thigh high boots before it was a thing. Now this is when I was a kid, right? I'm a little girl looking at this shit like, ooh, I like that. I think that shit is sexy. So and there's no wonder why I like sexy shit to this day, right? And I can't explain. This is just who I am as a person. So, but anyway, I always loved that. And then I did used to dress like that. And then I also being a designer. I remember one time I used to paint my bras. I take a bra and paint it and wear it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't, and it wasn't like you could see my nipple or nothing. It was just like at that time it was like unacceptable, but I was doing the shit any motherfucking way. You know, I've never really got attacked. I have had men say some disgusting shit. Thank God no physical attacks, but I've gotten like some very disgusting verbal shit said to me. Now, the point that they did not make, like I just previously said, is that they didn't talk about how we need to educate these boys, young men, and men on how to interact with women. Now, if it's some women are, I don't know, do they still walk the streets? I don't know. Prostitution is just so different now. Like everybody doing shit online, you know what I'm saying? Or have different like spaces and shit for it. So it's not, I don't really, oh no, they do it though, because they still got the shit in California, Figueroa. They used to have it here on Hunts Point, but I think that's cleared up. I don't know, I don't be over that in that section of the Bronx, but that was a hot spot for where prostitutions used to walk. So I guess like it's still happening. But still, regardless to what, we have to get in the mind of the man first, right? These young boys, these young men, these men. Like, say if it's hot outside, you know, and the girl, she have on a little crop top with some booty shorts, whatever. Now, some of you young girls, now, for real, now, nah, you wear your ass out, and it'll be a gang up, but I mean, like, with a whole bunch of, a huge chunk of the ass out. And I just be like, okay, like, you know, but it is hot outside, but I don't know, maybe they going to the pool. I don't know where the fuck they going. Somebody did bring that up. Like, where the fuck is these hoes going that's wearing with all their ass out? But that still doesn't give a man a right to do some shit like that. Now, should we have a conversation with the young ladies about these things? Like, yes, and the unwanted attention that you can get. The kind of conversation that I'm gonna get back to the guys. The kind of conversation that the woman should, the mother, the guardians, the aunties, should have with the young girls is telling them you don't understand the impact that you are having on a young man, some old ass man who looking at you if you are extremely provocatively dressed. Sometimes you don't even have to be provocatively dressed. You just is. You know what I'm saying? When a bitch just is, she just is. You know, and a person can see it regardless of what you got on. You know what I'm saying? But we have to tell these young ladies that, like, you have to be careful, because we're not having these conversations with these young men, boys, men, about just because you see a female dressed in a certain way doesn't mean that you need to talk to her, talk down to her, or insult her physically. It doesn't give you the right to do that, because it made your dick hard. And you don't know what to do with that energy. The best thing to do, if you see something like that, is to just, like, if it's interesting to you, just say hello and try to start a conversation. You know, but that doesn't, it ain't none of those acts when we fuck, none of that crazy shit. The respect level for high should always be high. As a boy, young man, for a woman should always be high. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't have people in their life to direct them in that way. And I hope that some of you who don't, maybe, you come over here and listen to me. I got you. And I'll help you, for sure. But yeah, we need to tell young ladies, especially when you're really young and you don't know how to handle that attention. I remember one time I walked in. Now, mind you, I always had this body, bitch. Always had this body. I had walked into my aunt's house, my auntie house, and it was a man there. And like, it was the summertime. I had on probably some little shorts and probably a crop top. You know, it's hot, bitch. So I remember the man, I won't pay him no mind, because I don't pay them no mind. I'm a young girl, like a grown man. Yuck. Only man I'm playing a grown man is my daddy, like, you know, because that's my daddy. Like anybody else, like, no, or uncles or something, like nobody else. I'm not looking at you. I'm not thinking about you. None of that shit. But he must have set up. I don't know what the fuck he did, but I know my aunt got that motherfucker the fuck up out of there. Like she said, she cussed his ass out whatever, and then she got him the fuck up out of there. Like, as you should, because, like, what is you know what I'm saying? Even, like, as a man sometimes, it was even a show on the Jerry Seinfeld, motherfucker. It's an episode on Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry and, what the fuck is his name? George was pitching the show to the producer or whoever the fuck it was. So they met the man at his house. His daughter comes by. His daughter is a teenager. She's a young girl. She's bent over. So she must have had on a button-up shirt and it was unbuttoned and she bent down, right? And so you can see, you know, her titties and shit and her bra, you know, she's bent down. And Jerry did like this. So this is the mind of the man. This she's a teenager, motherfucker. They grown ass men. You motherfucking, y'all like 30-something years old. She's a teenager. She's in fucking middle school, high school, whatever the fuck. You know she's a little girl. Did like this, right? To George, right? So him to look. George looking, he gets stuck. Because sometimes men can get stuck. But when they see like the beauty of a, you know, well, she's a young girl. But you know what I'm saying? But he got stuck and got caught. You understand what I'm saying? So understanding the minds of a man, but the man, you need to understand how to control your mind, especially when it is a little girl. So, so yeah, we have to teach boys, like, just because she's dressed like that does not mean she's a whore, doesn't mean she's fucking. It just means that ain't nobody really taught her that this type of dress is unacceptable, and the type of attention that you're going to get, and how somebody would possibly perceive you and think of you of like, or whatever the fuck. And more than likely, you're probably further from that, whatever is in their motherfucking mind. Lex also went on to say that they all wore these shirts, right? Lex said that she's been top heavy ever since. So Lex is a black girl. She went to school with a whole bunch of Caucasians, right? She got sent to the office, right? Because they all had on some tight fitting shirts. They sent her to the office because she busty. Now that was definitely racially fucking motivated, for sure, and discriminatory, for fucking sure. Because why the fucking Caucasian bitches didn't get sent to the motherfucking office? They all got on the same shit. It's a t-shirt that's tightly fitted. She busty, okay? I mean, they ain't had no rips in it, no nothing. Like, what? That's, y'all to talk about that. Now that's motherfucking racially motherfucking motivated, for sure. Because I have seen that shit happen so much and had conversations. When I used to work in Brooklyn, I taught fashion in Brooklyn. It was, now this school was pretty diverse. It was Caucasian and black kids. And because most of the instructors taught after school, a lot of the white kids didn't come to after school. So who fuck them? So whatever. But they would tell me that how they'll get sent to the office, but yeah, and I would see these little girls. Now, this is middle school. Middle school today is 6th, 7th, 8th. I would see the little Caucasian girl with the booty shorts with a small chunk of ass out. Not like a lot, but a small, like right at the end of the ass out. With the little crop top shirts. They walking around the school, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But when a black girl, because she, you know what I'm saying, she got all the things, you know what I'm saying, we can't because we blessed, bitch. But it's very discriminatory, very racially fucking motivated that they would get sent to the motherfucking office for some shit. But yet these bitches got half of their ass out with a motherfucking belly shirt. What? Let's talk about that shit, motherfuckers. But young men, ladies, men, people, whoever is in young people's life, y'all have to have these conversations with them. For sure. Like, on the understanding, like with me, like my son know he has an attractive mother. He used to tell me he was little, like, Mom, why everybody always looking at you? I'm like, you know, your mama be giving the things. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I would tell him, like, you know, like, as your mother, like, I'm your mother. You don't want anybody to do anything, like, to me that's harmful because of the way that, because of who I am. Now, do I wear little funky shorts? Only when I'm riding my bike. Like, when I ride my bike, and it's all, yes, but now I'm not walking around like that. Now, if I'm around my way and I'm just having to, and I don't put my bike up and I gotta go to the supermarket real quick or go to the store real quick around my way, yeah, I'm not jumping on the train with them little ass shorts and no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like out on my bike. You know what I'm saying? Because I got someone that if they fit me real good. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. I got on something today and I was like, wait, is my ass out? But it got some little fringe hanging. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna let y'all, and y'all let me know. Like, it's not. I felt okay, like, but then again, I'm grown and I know how to handle myself. And you can see that from the gray hair in the head, bitch, back up. But anyway, yeah, we do have to have conversations with boys because it's not. She said that April girl said, like, as if that's acceptable for a young man to insult you verbally or physically because of the way that you dress. But then again, and that's not true. That's far from the truth. That definitely shouldn't happen. But then again, there isn't people teaching people shit. A lot of people, most guys who do shit like that come from a fucked up family situation, unfortunately. And I pray that whomever is in those situations, that they do have somebody in their life, whether it's a teacher, a neighbor, or somebody that's spilling something positive and great and godly into them. And also talking to them on how to engage socially with a young person. That's the same thing I had a conversation with my students, and I said, and we was talking about the boys who wear their pants all the way. And I done seen that shit. I'll be like, to me, it's giving gay, right? That's just, I wouldn't act on it, but just in my mind, right? So it's this one little boy. So he was like, nah, like. And I seen him outside one time because he wear his pants like that. He was like, nah, that's just like the style. That's just how we wear our pants. I said, below like that, like below. I mean, I'm talking about, I understand, like, how they wear it, like, maybe like 2 centimeters from the your waist. But you going like below your ass, like, what girl think that's cute? Like, what girl, like, ooh, check it out. Ooh, booty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to think about that shit. That's the same thing with like, I was talking to my son. My son is into this Nemo goth shit. And my son is an attractive young man. He painted his nails fucking black. And I was just like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. I don't judge him because whatever. So I said, you paint your nails. I said, and I know he painted it black, but I said, but a person, like, say if you outside, you chilling by yourself, whatever, and somebody that may be homosexual or somebody, I don't know, maybe, God forbid, a predator outside, and they see that you know what I'm saying, like, doing this feminine thing. It is a feminine thing, although I know, like, it's not in all, but I'm just saying, right? Just the perception. And somebody try to come at you in that way, in a homosexual way, like, you don't want to bring that to you, and also you have to learn how to handle yourself. And I said, like, but that is a feminine thing, in my mind, right? And so he was like, well, no, that's not but whatever. So he stopped doing that. I'm glad he did stop doing that because, I just gave him my take, and also his father also gave him his take on it too. Like, what man sit up and be like, with the colored fingernail polish, although it's black, but still. You understand what I'm saying? Because the perception that people can have in their minds, you don't know how people is raised. You don't know how people got great people in their life, instructing them and guiding them in the right way to where that these motherfuckers can go left or come at you left or something crazy sexually happened to them in their life and then they pour it on someone else. You understand what I'm saying? So we want to prevent these types of situations from happening, young ladies. So just be mindful, if it's, and also there's a way in which you wear shit like that. Say it's hot outside. I mean, I done seen some girls with a chunk of ass like about this much. You going to the beach, you going to the pool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is something that you should wear when you get there. You understand what I'm saying? Don't walk there unless y'all jumping in the car and you know what I'm saying? Okay, and as soon as y'all get out, y'all going that, okay. But just to be down the street, like, or even going to a concert like that, like, no, you can. This is the thing that people don't seem to understand. Young ladies don't understand, because I didn't understand it myself, right? As a young lady, that you can be sexy without overly exposing your body. Child, a man see you. I remember this one dude told me, I had on like a, it wasn't like it was fitted, but it was an A line, meaning that it cut straight down. It didn't swoop my body like that. Like, you know, it hugged my waist, but it went straight down, right? And this one guy, he was like a block down. Like, mind you, bitch, I'm always paying attention. So he was like, and I saw him like staring. I don't know what the fuck he looked. He just stood at the corner, like, and I'm at the other end of the block. He just staring. And then when I walked past him, he was like, yeah, I see you. Like, you look real nice. Like, you know what I'm saying? That type. So a man see you. You do not, young ladies, you do not have to overly do it. And don't cry for unnecessary attention. And sometimes you doing it just because of the influence that you may see, like on this social media shit, the shit you should see in videos. And that's a video. Like, they're doing it on the video where, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully these people are protected. They are at work, and this is where this shit is accepted at. You understand what I'm saying? Product placement is a thing. And I'm talking about product placement of the way that you dress. You don't always have to do that. You don't need a whole bunch of like guys like and then if a guy want to talk to you like that, girl, you should pay him no mind. Like, hey, you in the green. You just keep on walking, the girl in the green. You know what I'm saying? Because if he want to talk to you, he would come up to you. Excuse me. That's how. But then again, men are getting taught. So young men, boys, young men. When you want to see, if you want to highlight somebody that you see that's outside that's attractive to you, you just say hello. Hey, how are you? May I talk to you? First, do you got a man? Because if they do, you be like, okay, well, you. And keep it moving. You don't want to put yourself in unnecessary situations. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, ladies, you don't have to show it all. And that does not give a young man, you do not have the right to insult a young lady or a young girl, woman, because of what she's wearing. Another quick story I want to share. I seen this one lady, I'll never forget. She was Caucasian. She had about this much ass out, right? But there was some cute ass shorts, some nice ass heels, and she had on a jacket, and she was holding on to her man's arm, but you know she with her man, and clearly her man was cool with it. He felt like he could protect her. You know what I'm saying? So like in that situation, when you grown. You know, it was not like young people. I don't think that y'all should be doing that because some of these young men are ignorant and they live in a lifestyle that plat, whatever the fuck. And then let's not live that type of lifestyle because you don't want to wind up in the belly of the beast. You understand what I'm saying? So, young ladies, be mindful of the things that you wear. The tip, you do not have to overly expose your body to be sexy, to get looks. You don't need that. You can wear things that's sexy, but I understand when it's hot, you're gonna wear your little short shorts. I get that. And also when you do, ladies should always have a weapon on them. Always have you some mace, have you something, whatever you can carry. If it's a knife, you can have something. Always. You understand what I'm saying? And young man, be a young man, be a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? And just because somebody dressed a certain way does not mean that this person takes up a slut or a thought or hooker fucking energy. It doesn't mean that. And the ones that do that, child. Anyway, also something that caught my attention out here in these streets was Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey was on KeK Palmer show. And I was like, Oprah was explaining something that happened to her when she was in her 20s. So let's listen to it.
Whose bumper I was holding on to at one point.
Literally?
Literally. Holding on to the bumper of his car.
No!
Datsun Z.
No, I love you.
Datsun Z. Datsun Z. He pulls off, and I like fall, my knees all in the gravel and the whole thing, and all the apartments looking at you, and you're like, it's all right. Yeah, I know. I've been there.
This is so.
And so that guy had said to me, the problem with you, baby doll, is that you think you're special. The problem with you, baby doll, is you think you're special. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't think I'm special. No, I don't. No, I don't. And he was leaving and had slammed the door, and I ran after him, and I'm holding on to the bumper of the Datsun Z. Yeah, I think I was 23, 24 then. So I learned that thing.
What was the thing that changed? What was the thing that stopped whatever this pattern was?
Okay.
What changed in you?
Well, I realized that I was no different than the women that I had grown up with, and I said I would never be that way. So I grew up with my mother's first cousin, Alice, had unfortunately, who's one of my abusers actually, was a guy that beat her, and I remember he knocked her down the stairs. And she had to go to the hospital, broke one of her legs, broke an arm, and she took him back. And I always said, I will never, ever, ever be that woman. And when I was holding onto the bumper of the Datsun Z, I said, oh, I wasn't hit, but I've become that woman. I saw myself. I saw my history. I saw the history of women in my family who had allowed themselves to sacrifice their own power to men. And I said, I'm going to turn that around. And so I started attracting to myself a different kind of person.
What actions brought that on? Once that mental shift happened, what were the things that you can remember that became different about what you were attracted to?
Okay, so I was always attracted to somebody who was in one way or another trying to tell me I wasn't good enough. And so that's why I'm saying that anytime you think it's about the other person, that person is showing up to show you who you are. So if you're in a relationship where you've taken a lot of stuff, it's really not about that person. It's about what is it about you that doesn't have the value for yourself that you're willing to let yourself be treated that way. It's not about him. So now I thank him. I realize that all of the bad relationships were my best teachers. So if you're in a bad relationship, if you were somebody that's not loving you the way you want to be loved or seeing you the way you want to be seen, that's not on them. That's on you.
Okay, so that was very interesting because females tend to, who are not strong-minded within themselves or who's not being taught to be strong-minded within themselves, the things that they're passionate about and the things that they want to do for themselves, to not let people sway you, because some people are jealous of you. Some people are stuck within themselves, so they don't even, they complacent in their life to where they can't even see themselves going no motherfucking where. But they see you trying to do something and they'll try to stunt your growth. So Oprah said that she was with the guy, and the guy told her, see, what you think you up, you think you special, or whatever the fuck he said to her. And she should, well, but everybody know Oprah's lifestyle, how she grew up, and mother wasn't there. She grew up and all of the sexual assault that took place within the home. And so she didn't have she had her books, for no one to actually tell her, like, a young Oprah to tell her, like, about your self-worth. But she was dealing with a whole lot of shit. But luckily, look at her now. Shout out. Oprah is one of the greats, bitch. I don't care what y'all feel about her. She is. But she said that she allowed this man to tell her that she thinks she's special. She was like, no, I don't think I'm special. And listen, young ladies, whenever some man tell you some shit like that, bitch, but I am special. You don't think I am? You should look at that. Clearly you don't think I am. Then it's time for you to exit. You bitches be staying, and men be staying in relationships where it's not good for you at all. This person is stuck. That person is complacent. This person mindset is fucked up. You can't, if you're in a relationship and y'all motherfuckers is not moving forward, then what we doing? If it's just a fuck situation, then make it as a fuck situation. Go get your rocks off and dip. Have a little conversation and dip. Because if y'all not moving, what we like? Why be in a relationship? Right? That made me think of myself. Now look, I normally do my motivational Mondays. I work out all week for the most part, but I do give my body a break. And I love working out, right? Always have. And at this one point in my no, I had to be, was I in my 20s? Yeah. In my late 20s. And I I was working out, right. I met this guy and he was like, and I was telling him I had seen this thing on TV where these girls was doing a fitness thing, but they was like all like real raw. But you know, they was pretty cut up, you know what I'm saying? And they did the bikini and they also did the talent thing. Of course I was gonna dance. And so I had a trainer, and then like my body was getting cut up. Like I was getting cuts all in my back, my arms and shit. Like I was like the body was tea, bitch. It was giving like muscular tea. I don't give a fuck if you liked it at the time. Well, I did at the time. Got a lot of this motherfucker to influence me. But anyway, he had told me, and this girl that was an associate, y'all need to understand the difference. You have to figure that out for yourself. Who is an associate and who is a friend in your life? So they both was telling me, yo, you look like a man. Come on, you. Although I'm short, I got a big ass back. Like I'm a big back bitch. Like we're some big back bitches in my family. We got some big ass backs and shit and big ass legs, you know. And so he had told me that, and I really fucked with my self-esteem, and I just stopped. And the trainer was calling me all the time, like, yo, where you at? We got training today. And you know, he had me on this regimen of eating and all this old shit. And I just stopped answering his calls. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really fucked up that I allowed this person to have this power over me. You can't allow nobody to have no power over you. If there's something about you, we gotta have about you that you is passionate about, you do it. For you. I'm talking about you. And we talking about coming from a godly place. We're not talking about you crazy motherfuckers on some demented shit, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Or some godly shit, like you know that God gave this to you, like, and it's making you feel good, and it's uplifting your life in a positive way. You should never allow somebody to come and cut you from that shit. But I did allow that shit to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I just never got, but I've always worked out and shit like that. And that's one of my regrets, that I didn't, you know, fulfill that. But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't cry a river for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I still enjoy working out, and I do, and all that old shit. And yeah. So, but the point is to just don't allow somebody to motherfucking come in your life and do that to you. And the wisdom that Oprah gave, and I know y'all heard, but I just want to reiterate, and that is when she said, like, it's not the person, it's you. It's God talking to you, because this person is here and they in your ear telling you ain't this, you can't do this, that, but it's about you. That's why having your wellness is so important. For me, everybody got to work on their wellness, whatever. You take some away, add, or subtract, whatever the fuck. It's your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your financial, and your emotional well-being. You have to always work on that. Have that's a play that's working on it, because no one talks to us about our inner being that much. You know what I'm saying? And your first teacher is your parents. Like, and I tell my son that shit. Like, you always, that's important to have that. Truly important. Because what Oprah was saying is that, like, God is telling you, like, although this is happening, what you gonna do? And then she also said that she saw the shit that was happening in her family. Her motherfucking aunt was getting beat. Her auntie was getting beat up by her boyfriend, and kept taking her back. And the auntie boyfriend was the one that was one of the people that was sexually assaulting her. And she just kept saying, she was like, oh, that would never be me, but that was also her, but in another form. Abuse comes in so many different forms: physical, mental, spiritual, financial. You working on you is so important. You cannot allow these people to come into your life. Anybody negative, you gotta let it go. Like seriously, bitch. Nah, I'm sorry. Like we used to laugh and joke, but that negative shit, I can't. No, I'm not dealing with it. Especially like somebody, but then again, yeah, this is such a. It's not a complicated. It's like a whole. It's a 360. It's so much shit involved in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like one time, my son had an incident, right, with some friends, and it really hurt him, and I could tell that it hurt him. And a lot of people turned their back on him. And I said, with the people that you value, now I can't tell you what the value of friendship is, but I told him what I think friendship is for me, right? But I said, whoever you value as a friend, when you see them alone, you have a conversation with them. And if that person still don't want to fuck with you, then fine. We have to learn how to do this and walk away. You know what I'm saying? My mama said that shit, time heals all wounds, and it do. Like, if somebody ain't in your life no more, like you don't see them that much, whatever. And then also, if they totally don't want to fuck with you, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. Let it go. A lot. This is another thing too. People have a problem with saying no. I remember I was at a concert, right? Went to the ASAP Rocky concert. They had like these tables. They had it was a whole bunch. It was a big fucking thing. The governor's ball was a time. So they had this table, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit on this table. It was a little table you can pick up and sit. Cause I was like, yo, I'm not about to be doing all this standing. And then I'm short. So then when he came on, I stood on this shit. This girl, and it's mad people around. This Asian girl came and was like, can I stand up there? And the mic is for one person. I'm not about to get down so she can get back up. Now, it's a huge step down. You know what I'm saying? And I said no. And then my friend said, she was just looking at me like, bitch, I said no, that's it. The fuck, like, I'm like, ain't no explanation, bitch. I said no. And this is the problem, that a lot of people feel that they always have to say yes. And then also, you also have to be accepting of the no. When somebody tell you no, that's it, bitch. I don't need no explanation. Somebody say no. Me personally, I don't. And you should also get that way too. When you ask somebody something, they say no, that's it. Or unless, like, depending on the situation, if it's a business thing and you really want to work with somebody, then you got to know how to adjust the shit. But when it's something that's directly to you and you say no, that's it. And somebody directly to somebody, they say no, that's it. Y'all, this shit makes my head hurt in a good way. Because we really need to have these conversations. Let me know what y'all think about all this shit, because I really, really would like to know. And y'all know my name is Rill. I'm an intimacy coach, Seductress, with a service called Seductive ArT, where my mission is to power women with sexual confidence, and amongst other things. I'm also an author of my first book. It's called QUICKIE. It's 7 short erotic stories. Read while you fuck while you read. And I am a designer. The name of my brand is Real Nice by Rill. I will be, I'm planning on having a fashion show. What's going to happen in November. I'm looking for a space right now because the space I was going to do it in September didn't work out. So whatever, you got to keep it moving. Life is about movement. It's not about being stagnant, right? So I'll keep y'all abreast of that. I hope y'all come, because y'all got to see what I'm putting down, what I have to offer. Bitch, ain't playing. I'm giving it up. Like I give it up. But anyway, so I hope y'all come to that, and I'm gonna keep y'all abreast of that. And if I resonate with you, which I hope I do, because we gotta have these conversations, boo, please hit that, click that. I would appreciate that. And y'all know how we lead this motherfucker. Be generous, be kind, be humble, be on time, be focused, be confident, be fierce, be a part of your community. Be black and proud. Be about your motherfucking money. Be one with God. Develop a relationship with God. well, I gotta say this one more time. Black people be black and proud. Um, be humble when it's time to be humble. Be gracious. Be generous. Be thoughtful. Be supportive. Be a great listener. Be a great friend. Be of value. And we all are that. Be one with yourself. Be all these great things. And then all these godly things. And in the midst of you doing all of that, don't you fold. Don't you think twice. Don't you peep around the corner. And that is, you always be you. Because God made you perfect just as you are. Until we meet again, y'all have a great night.